Okay, so we got UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodrigues this weekend, and it's time to do some predictions, break the whole card down. I'd say this card is pretty mid when it comes to fight nights. I mean, the main event is great, the co-main is great, but other than that, there's no real standout fights on the card. We got Dylan Budka as a featured bout, and yeah, it's not the best. It could be worse though. Like there's decent fights. There's some low key good ones, I guess, but not many ranked fighters. First fight of the night, we've got Julia Alvila taking on Jacqueline Cavalcante. All right. Um, Julia has not got a win since 2021. She hasn't fought since 2023. She's fought once a year her whole career. Not really much to say on her. I think she's actually pretty good when all things considered. You know, everything I just said is negative, but she's actually pretty good. You know, her head movement is terrible, but her boxing's actually all right. Like she has a really good stiff jab that hurts people. She's high volume on the feet. It's just her grappling. It's so bad. She gets taken down and controlled by almost everyone she's fought. It's cost her most of her losses. She just cannot get up. She can't stop the takedowns and actually be on the feet for long to do much damage or get a finish because, yeah, her grappling is just so low level. It's unfortunate, but because she's actually kind of fun on the feet to watch, but I can't trust her to stay on the feet for long enough to win, you know, or get a finish. You know, after saying all of that, I still think I'm going to pick her because Jacqueline Cavalcante is fucking terrible, all right? I don't really know if she has the capability of controlling Julia for most of the fight. So I think I feel safe picking Julia here. I don't. That's a lie. I feel very scared picking either girl because they're both so fucking terrible. But I think if Julia's ever going to get a UFC win again, it's going to be now. It's going to be against Jacqueline, who's very brittle, very skinny, very weak, very bad at imposing her will. She's terrible on the feet. So, yeah, give me Julia by a decision win where she wins most of the exchanges on the feet and fends off the takedowns. Maybe these past 2 years she's been working on it. Probably not, but yeah, we'll go Julia here by decision. Next fight, we have Dontel Mays taking on Walter Walker, the brother of Johnny Walker. I think he's actually all right. You know, he's a pretty competent grappler. He's able to get people down. He can get submissions. He threatens them at least. He hasn't got one yet. Okay, that's a lie. He heel hooked Justin Tafa. You know, a heel hook in his UFC debut, I think it was. Pretty crazy, you know, and he was threatening submissions on Justin's back up until then, scrambling, almost getting them the whole fight, getting the takedowns easily. I know Justin Tafa's not a good grappler, but I still think Walker's decent. He's very plotty on the feet. He doesn't really do much. You know, he doesn't really like to throw punches. His defense is alright. He likes to block a lot with his forearms, which is better than blocking with his face, I guess. But yeah, not really any kicks or knees or elbows. He just kind of doesn't really do much on the feet. So if he's going to win this, it's probably going to have to be by first or second round sub because he's probably going to gas in the third and not be able to win the third. Because Dontel Mays is decent. You know, this is a hard pick. A lot of these picks are fucking hard. I'm going to be real. I didn't look at the odds yet. It doesn't matter. You know, that just makes your picks even worse if you focus on the picks and the odds. It's a shit show, all right? So we're going to go Walter Walker here by submission in the second round. I don't think Dontel Mays is that good. I don't know if he's been submitted in the UFC before, but I've seen him got taken down. I've seen him controlled. I've seen him outclassed with grappling. So if anyone can do it, if Walter Walker can do it to anybody, it's gonna be Dontel Mays. So give me Walter Walker by decision, or no, give me him by submission in the second round. Next we have Vince Morales taking on Elijah Smith, the brother of the crazy UFC prospect legend Gabriel Smith with his one UFC fight where he lost. Yeah, the son of a UFC fighter from 2013 making his way to the UFC. And I think he's actually better. He's better than his dad. He's actually pretty good. You know, he's very aggressive, fast on the feet, decent grappling. He can grapple. Vince Morales, man, he's really bad at winning. He's had like 10 or 9 losses in the UFC, like 4 wins, I think, coming off a loss against Lapulus, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, he's pretty good. He's all right. He's just bad at winning. He always folds. He gets outstruck by really good strikers, and he gets out grappled by really good grapplers. He's just a little too well rounded and not really good at any one single thing. And for that reason, I think Elijah Smith will probably KO him in the first or second round. If he's gonna beat anybody, if Vince is probably finally gonna get a win. He got cut. He came back, I'm pretty sure. This is like his second chance. If he loses this, he's probably cut again, unfortunately. But that's the game. You either win and you stay around and you're the best, or you lose and you get cut. So I think he's going to get cut after this. I think he's going to lose. I think I'm going to go Elijah Smith we'll go decision, because he is a really tough guy. I don't think he'll get KO'd by a guy making his debut. I think he'll lose by decision, but we'll see. Next, we got Gabriel Bonfim taking on Chaos Williams. Chaos is a nasty KO guy. He has fucking power, all right? I know that's not a good idea, not a good reason to pick someone strictly based off of that, but I'm gonna, okay? I think Bonfim is decent, but I think he just gets KO'd in the first round. I really do. Chaos Williams he's too much for a lot of these people. These weaker welterweights who can't really impose their will as well, especially early on. So I think Chaos Williams will get it done in the first round by KO. I don't know why he's so inactive. He got a crazy first round KO in his last fight and then just didn't fight for like a year. Bro, what are you doing, man? Stay active. Get a bunch of KOs in a row because you have the ability to. He's good. Give me Chaos Williams by first round KO. Next, we have Rafael Estevam taking on Jesus Aguilar. All right. I'm going to go Rafael here. I think he's pretty good. He gets the back of people a lot. Very good grappler. Threatens submissions constantly going for them. Never gives up. Very good gas tank for being able to grapple that long. Yeah. I liked his performance in his UFC debut. He looked good. I don't think he got the submission, I forget. But yeah, Jesus Aguilar is good. He has good grappling, but it's more offensive. It's not defensively good. His striking's pretty mid. I think Esteban or Vam, I don't know. I think his his striking is pretty mid as well, but I think I'll win with the grappling. I'm going to go second round submission here. Next, we have Jared Gordon taking on Ruziboyev, the 6'5" welterweight who lost to Buckley in his last performance. Dude, I think Ruziboyev's going to win. He's a good fighter. He's not completely shit, all right? Losing to Buckley, no shame. He's coming for a title shot. So, yeah, no shame to losing to Buckley. I think there's just a level difference here because he actually made it somewhat competitive with Buckley. Other than the points where he got taken down. He made it competitive on the feet. When he got taken down, it kind of became a domination from Buckley. But Jared Gordon, man, he's really old. He just doesn't. He has really bad luck, okay? He usually gets fouled in his fucking fights and stoppages, just bullshit, just stupid stuff happens to Jared Gordon. Wouldn't be surprised if something stupid happened in this fight as well. Just the fact he has to fight a 6'5" welterweight, that's going to be tough. The range, the weirdness, the awkwardness, it's going to be tough. So unless Jared Gordon can get the takedowns and implement the grappling, I don't see him winning this. Give me Ruziboyev by a decision win. Next, we have Angela Hill taking on Souza. All right. Souza's pretty good, coming off of her Sphere performance where she got the submission win, put her out cold, I forget who. But yeah, I'm going to go Souza. I think Angela Hill's pretty mid. She loses to a lot of people, really low levels of competition. Her striking's pretty terrible. She looks like she's never trained striking in her life. It's somewhat powerful. She can hurt people. She's pretty sloppy, though. And so is Souza. But I think Souza probably gets the decision win here. She's the new girl on the rise, coming off of a finish. I just think she has more momentum. She's slightly better. She might get crafty vetted here, I'm going to be real. Angela Hill might use her experience and just 3-round experience and better cardio to win the fight just slightly, but I'm going to go Souza here. Next we have Connor Matthews taking on Jose Delgado. All right, I'm going to go Jose Delgado here. I think he's pretty good. You know, he's making his debut from the Contender Series. I think he's very well rounded. He can take you down. He can outstrike you on the feet. Good cardio, high output, high volume striking. Not the most powerful looking. I'd say Connor Matthews definitely has the power advantage here. He has the levels of competition advantage. He's fought better people. But I think Delgado is actually pretty good. If you just do the eye test with these two, I think Delgado's slightly better. Connor Matthews might be a little powerful, a little faster, but I think Delgado outgrapples him and maybe gets a TKO ground and pound finish even. If not that, I think this fight goes to decision. I think a decision is the most likely outcome. So give me Delgado by decision here. Next we have Rodolfo Vieira taking on Andre Petroski. I'm going to go Andre Petroski here. I just, like, his chin's bad. His chinniness makes me nervous for him. Coming off a win against Dylan Budka, and somehow Dylan Budka's way higher up the card. It makes sense, man. Really makes sense here. But yeah, Petroski's just, his levels of competition have been really good. Gerald Meerschaert, he's only lost to a few people, and it was like some bullshit where he got chinned. His chin's worrisome, but I think he's the overall better fighter here. He should win this fight. His grappling's high level. His striking is good enough. But I think he gets the takedowns here and wins. Vieira's like, he's just not really that good at one thing, you know. He's very well-rounded and decent, but I think Petroski gets it done by decision here. Next we have Ismail Bonfim taking on Nazmin. I don't know his last name. All right, it's hard to say. Yeah, I'm going to go Ismail here. You know, these two are very similar styles. High output in the feet. Both defensively grapple overall. Just, they don't really go for takedowns. They just kind of kickbox on the feet. And I think Ismail is just faster and more powerful. He imposes his will better. His cardio looks better. His levels of competition, they've both been kind of bad. You know, they both have one loss. One to Benoit Saint Denis and one to someone else. I forget. But I don't know. The eye test here, it comes down to that. You know, when you don't really have much to work off of, you kind of just got to say fuck it and do the eye test, all right? I'm going to go Ismail Bonfim by decision. Next, we have Edmund taking on Dylan Budka, all right? Dylan Budka, man, he's fucking shit. He should be cut after this loss. He's not UFC level, especially not featured bout of a card level. This dude's terrible. I think he has, like, one win in the UFC, maybe not even. I don't even remember. I think he might just have 3 losses. He's bad, really bad. Can't grapple, can hurt you on the feet, low output, gasses in 2 rounds. Just terrible. You know, Edmund's he's actually pretty good. I don't know how Dylan got this fight. He's going to get fucked up badly, all right? And if he does win, then MMA is bullshit and it makes no sense. But we already know that, all right? Give me Edmund by probably 2nd or 3rd round finish. Next, we have Calvin Kattar taking on Youssef Zalal. All right, I'm going to go Youssef Zalal here. Very easy pick. Calvin Kattar just hasn't been himself, man. Coming off of a big layoff injury against Aljamain where he got fucking dominated. Yeah, he doesn't really look like he has it anymore. That high output, good chin, just in like endless cardio, just on the feet. Just doesn't really have it anymore. And Youssef can mix it up. He can implement the grappling like Aljo did. He can outstrike him. Really good kicks, really good cardio. Did really good against Ilia Topuria. In hindsight, that aged very well. But yeah, this is an easy pick. Come on, like, who is picking Calvin here? All right, Youssef Zalal by decision because Calvin Kattar has an iron chin. Next, we have the main event. Gregory Rodrigues taking on Jared Cannonier. And I'm going to go Gregory Rodrigues, all right? Robocop is coming for that belt, all right? I don't know about that, but Robocop's fucking good, man. Huge, really tall, buff guy, huge for the division. Like, just really strong, good grappling, good striking, very well-rounded. Power, like, he has submission skills. He threatens chokes. He can get your back. He can outstrike you. He can knock you out. He can do it all right? His cardio is a bit untested. So if this fight does go 5 rounds, I'm a bit worried. But he's good. He trains hard, trains at a good team. Like, he has good training partners. There's no reason why he can't last 5 rounds here, okay? And Jared Cannonier, man, it's unfortunate. Unk's downfall is unfortunate, okay? He was, like, once a guy who could have had the belt, got to fight Izzy on his run. Maybe we could have got another one after that if he had got some more better momentum going. But now he's just on a loss streak. It's just not looking good, man. Kaio and Nasruddin back-to-back losses. It's not looking good. I'm going to be real. He has a puncher's chance. He always does. He's very powerful, very well-rounded, very good guy. But Unk's losing. I'm going to be real. I just think Robocop is going to be more powerful. There's a good chance he chins Cannonier. And that's what I'm going to go with, actually. I've decided I don't want Robocop going 5 rounds. I think he can get the KO here. I'm going to go 3rd round TKO victory for Robocop. Yeah, this is a hard card to judge. I'm going to be real. A lot of close fights. A lot of fights that could go either way. But, yeah, that's the predictions. We went like 10-1 in our last prediction video for 312. So let's keep that fucking going. These are all going to hit. Make a parlay. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.